Welcome back to Tarik Talk. Standing in the meatpacking district along Gansevoort Street, the Whitney Museum of American Art feels deeply connected to the city around it. The building opens outward, to the High Line, to the Hudson River, to the streets of downtown Manhattan. Designed as a space for living artists and evolving ideas, the Whitney isn't just about preserving history, it's about capturing the present moment as it unfolds. And nowhere is that more visible than in the Whitney Biennial. Since its founding in 1932, the Biennial has been one of the most important surveys of contemporary American art. It's a pulse check on what artists are thinking, feeling, and creating right now. Each edition reflects a different moment in time, and the 2026 Biennial feels especially charged. This 82nd edition is curated by Marcela Guerrero and Drew Sawyer, two curators known for their rigorous and thoughtful exhibitions. Over the course of more than a year, they traveled extensively, visiting studios, meeting artists, and engaging in hundreds of conversations. What emerges is not a fixed narrative, but something more fluid, a constellation of voices, perspectives, and experiences. Rather than organizing the exhibition around strict themes, Guerrero and Sawyer focus on mood and atmosphere. The biennial becomes something you feel as much as you see. As you move through the galleries, there's a shifting emotional landscape. Tension, tenderness, humor, unease, all existing at once. The exhibition brings together 56 artists, duos, and collectives, spanning generations and geographies. Some are based across the United States, while others live and work internationally, reflecting the expanded and complex nature of what American art means today. A central idea running through the biennial is the concept of relationship, what it means to be connected. This shows up in many forms: familial ties, cultural identities, political entanglements, and even relationships between humans and non-human life. The works explore how we exist within systems, social, technological, ecological, and how those systems shape the way we live and interact. As you walk through the exhibition, you begin to notice how artists are pushing beyond traditional formats. This is not just painting or sculpture, it's sound, scent, performance, installation. Some works invite you to listen closely, others surround you completely. The experience becomes immersive, almost environmental. There's also a strong presence of contradiction. One moment, you encounter works that feel playful, even humorous. The next, that same sense of lightness shifts into something darker, more unsettling. Artists are using unexpected materials and visual languages to navigate complex ideas, sometimes through softness, sometimes through confrontation. In several installations, cuteness becomes a strategy. Bright colors, soft textures, and familiar forms draw you in, but underneath, there's tension. These works challenge the way we interpret emotion, power, and vulnerability, creating a space where attraction and discomfort exist side by side. Technology and infrastructure also play a major role. Some artists explore the influence of digital systems, artificial intelligence, and online culture, examining how these forces shape identity, communication, and control. Others focus on physical infrastructures, energy, architecture, and land, revealing the invisible systems that structure everyday life. And throughout the exhibition, there's a constant return to the idea of coexistence. Not a perfect or resolved coexistence, but something more complex, more unstable. The biennial doesn't try to give clear answers. Instead, it holds space for contradiction, for uncertainty, for multiple realities existing at once. The Whitney itself becomes part of this experience. The terraces, the open galleries, the light coming in from the river, all of it shapes how you move through the work. Even outside the museum, the biennial extends into the city, with a billboard installation across from the entrance, reminding you that this conversation doesn't stop at the walls. What makes the 2026 Whitney Biennial so powerful is that it doesn't try to define the moment, it reflects it. It captures a world that feels in flux. A world of overlapping systems, shifting identities, and constant negotiation. And through the voices of these artists, it offers not a conclusion, but a series of encounters. Encounters that stay with you, because this biennial isn't about resolution, it's about resonance. And as you leave the Whitney, you're left not with answers, but with a deeper awareness of the complexity of the present and the many ways artists are finding to live within it.